Okay, so now reviewing the distributive property, if you tried problems 85 through 87, for number 86, I'm going to go over two of them. For number 86, you see that you have two sets of parentheses. So for this particular problem, you need to have and do the distributive property twice. So if we take the 6 in the first one and we distribute, that's 24t minus 18. And then the second distribution, this is a plus, so we're going to have a positive 6 times 4 is a positive 24, and a positive 6 times a negative 3t is negative 18t. Then we're going to look for our like terms. So 24t and negative 18t are like. So 24 minus 18 is 6t. Negative 18 and positive 24 are like because they are just constants. So negative 18 plus 24 is a positive 6. So 6t plus 6 is our final answer. Since these two terms are not like terms, we cannot go any further. For number 87, we're going to have to distribute twice. The first distribution will be easy. 9 times 5 is 45. And then 9 times a positive t is going to be a positive 9t. For this problem, you want to be extra careful because with this 7 is the negative, and we have to distribute that. So that's going to give us a negative 7t, and then a negative 7 times a positive 3 is a negative 21. At that point, we're going to combine like terms, so we have a positive 9t and a negative 7t, which makes 2t. And then we have 45 and negative 21, which would give us a positive 24. So to recall simplifying, it means to remove any parentheses and to also combine like terms. Remember, like terms are two terms or more that have the same variable or variables and the same exponents on those variables. And that was from our notes from class yesterday. What we want to add today is how to simplify a fraction. So looking at these four examples, we're going to write a sum or a difference. Remember, a sum is when we are looking at the answer to an addition problem. Difference is the answer to a subtraction problem. When we look at these fractions, we are able to simplify them further. In some cases, simplifying it further isn't going to be any real benefit, but sometimes it will, and you'll see that as we go through. So since this first one, I have 7x plus 2 over 5, what we are allowed to do is break it into two smaller addition problems. So we can make it 7x over 5 plus 2/5. That's equal to the original fraction. For the second fraction, if I break it down, I have 4x over 3 minus 16 over 3. For the third fraction, if I break this down, it's 15 over 12 plus 6 over 12, or 6x over 12, excuse me. This particular fraction, though, we can take it further because this fraction can reduce. Both 15 and 12 are divisible by 3, which would give me 5/4. In the second fraction, the 6 and the 12 are both divisible by 6. So 6x divided by 6 leaves x, and 12 divided by 6 is 2. So this original fraction would reduce to 5/4 plus x over 2. For the last one, we have 4 over 8 minus 2x over 8. The 4/8 would reduce to 1/2. The negative 2/8 would reduce to negative 1x, or just x, over 4. So this would be a simplified answer to the original fraction. Now, I'd like you to complete the evens on practice 1-7 that you'll be working on. One thing I want you to keep in mind is all those fractions I did on the previous screen, if we would have a problem like this, 2 over 5 plus 2x, when the add and subtract is in the denominator of our fraction, we cannot break it down. You cannot break it down. You have to leave it like that. The only time you're able to do what we were doing on the previous screen is if the adding or subtracting is in the denominator. Go ahead and work on those problems. In a couple of minutes we'll go over the answers, and then we're going to talk about these last two problems. One place we can use what we've been talking about with the distributive property and the simplifying is finding the area of a rectangle. The area formula of any rectangle is length times width. Here is our width, here is our length, or vice versa. It really doesn't matter. But what I'm going to do is, since this is representing 3x plus 2 as the entire side, I'm going to put that in parentheses. So I have 11 times 3x plus 2. And what you should think of when you see that, if you're asked to find this area, is you're thinking of the distributive property. So you're going to take 11 times 3x is 33x, and 11 times 2 is 22, and we're going to add. So the area of that rectangle would be 33x plus 22. We wouldn't be able to go any further with that until we knew a value for x. And here's one more example. Again, looking at the rectangle, if I want to find the area, I'm going to take length times width. I'm going to take the side that only has one term and put it in front of the other side. In this case, we have two terms that make up the length or width of this rectangle. So again, in order to simplify, since we're not able to find an actual number, we're going to distribute. So 7 times 5n is 35n. And then 7 times negative 9 is negative 63. So the area of this rectangle would be 35n minus 63. This section is extremely important. Make sure you know how to do this for your quiz or test that's coming up soon. Everything that was on these slides would be something you would want to consider to study. Have a good day.